All right, hello everybody. We've got a few housekeeping things to do today. First things first, we still have to send out our Nike Invincible Run Flyknit sneakers to the person who won the giveaway. I'm really happy that they're going to somebody who can definitely use this pair of shoes. I really still, of course, like I said, hope they work out and the sizing works out for you really well. So when they arrive, just check out, there's some other extra things that I had just that I don't use for running that are in the shoebox, so check that out. Make sure you go through that and don't throw anything out unless you don't want it. But yeah, those are going to be on the way, so we're heading out to the post office now to drop that off. And then just a few other chores we got to do before we get to any running. I also got some new hats in the mail today for running from Seal. So have a couple of those. You'll see those as I'm running probably in the next couple of days. So with that, let's get out there to the post office, get some chores done, and we'll check back in to do our own run today in just a little bit. It's unfortunately been pretty rainy this morning. It was actually downpouring and thunder and lightning earlier today, so you can see it's kind of cloudy, and I don't know if the road and the hill that I usually do hill repeats on is going to be kind of slick. And also there's cars obviously that drive on that portion of the road, and I don't want them to not see me coming over the top and it being slippery while driving or anything like that. So we may change the 400 meter hills to just 400 meters on the track. I guess the track could be equally slippery for me, but it just seems like a better idea to be off the road if anything is really wet. So we'll see, and we'll adjust as needed just based on the weather. Just getting to the track now. A couple things I want to focus on. 7:14 or so per mile for the 400 reps, and we'll keep the watch running for a 400 meter cool down in between, and we'll see how that does over stopping the watch. think that went well. Rest was no more than 3 minutes for the 400-meter recovery jog. And I'll have to take a look, but 7:15 was just a guide. The overall goal was 1 minute 47-second lap. So I think we were actually too fast in every single one, especially the last one when I grabbed the camera just for fun. So little recovery laps, then we will head home, call it a day. All right, well, we're back in the car. I think everything went really well. I was trying to say while I was just cooling down that the recoveries were all under 3 minutes, which is pretty good. I just kept my watch running this time and used the lap function. So we'll see how the heart rate turns out with me not stopping the workout at any point. I'll show you the app that I was using. I've mentioned it before, but I used the V.02 calculator app. So I had plugged in, it was actually set pretty quick anyway because I put in, I think, a 3-hour, 50-minute or so marathon finish time. And my equivalent 400-meter interval would be about 1 minute and 47 seconds. And I think every single lap of 400 meters was probably around 140. I think I was able to slow down to about 144 or 145. I mean, the workout was fine. It was the workout that I wanted to do. A little too fast for, you know, what I think I'm going for in this marathon, but nonetheless, it felt doable, felt easy. I felt like I could have done more reps. I actually think my last cool down lap before the last rep was around 9:30 per mile, so I was feeling pretty good even on the cool down. So it's all good signs, but pretty much on target for what I want to be doing. The other thing I forgot to mention is obviously we're not on the road. And yeah, it did get sunnier today after all, but the track was still slick. So actually, you can see it's kind of slick here. And, you know, even when it's slick, I could feel my shoes kind of like not wanting to grip when I was doing the rep. So I think it would have been harder to do on the road for sure. And, you know, again, I don't want to do it on the road if a car's coming around the corner or down the hill and can't see me as I'm coming up over the top. It's not ideal, so we just did 400 meters on the track for today, and that worked out just fine. Okay, so before we call it a day and truly end the video, let's just take a quick deep dive into my heart rate, because I'm curious, maybe you're curious as well, to see if the watch did any better at picking up heart rate during interval or track sessions while I kept the watch running throughout the entire workout this time. So we have here a warm-up lap. You can see the little guy going around the track. It just should be 4 laps for the first mile. And right away you can see I did stop my watch after the warm-up just to loosen up a little bit. And we start the first rep and we see the same thing we always see, where the heart rate down here is just not picking up. It's saying it's down at 126, 129. This is incorrect. It finally skips all the way back up to where it truly is after the first 400-meter rep. So I'm already in my cool down, and then finally it picks up that the heart rate's somewhere around 150. We continue our cool down lap, and then we start our next 400 right here. And you can see it's better. It's better when the watch continues running. It more quickly and accurately picks back up to the 160s throughout the first 200 meters and holds that, goes up to 165, it looks like, right before the finish. Then we go to the cool down lap again. We have the start of another rep right here, and it picks up a quick heart rate increase, kind of caps out around 155, which is probably a little low. I don't think it got truly as high as my heart rate really was going, or my body just adjusted and was able to do a single 400-meter rep at around 155, which is possible. We have another cool down lap here where the heart rate's going down. Start of another rep right here. A little bit again of a hiccup, 150s, and then goes up to 160, 168 even. And then the final lap where I went the fastest, I'm down around 620 pace, it's saying, and my heart rate is quickly rising up into the 170s. So it did, you know, pick up to some degree the hardest effort and accurately, or at least it makes sense that the heart rate would be the highest during that last fast lap. And then it kind of drops as I'm doing some cool down. So overall, it's better. It's certainly not perfect, and I don't think it ever will be for the heart rate on the wrist. That's pretty well known. But I just wanted to let that kind of be out there for anyone else who's been tracking this, just to see where the benefit of a watch heart rate may lie. Does it work better if it's running all the time? Does it work better if you stop it? It definitely works better if you let the watch run throughout the entire workout, but it's not perfect, and I think I've said it just never will be. But with that, hopefully you did enjoy this video. Leave a like on the video if you did. If you want to follow along for more of the training for the New York City Marathon and beyond, consider subscribing to the channel. But with that, that's everything I have today, and I hope to see you in the next video.